Hey, how are you? I will put my amplifier more on. Alright, yeah. So, things are going okay with my life, and I think I should tell you the truth, and tell you the truth, and blah 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 blah. So, Dalton, if you're cool like that, because I doubt it. Um, I know you wanna be with me, but there is a woman, and maybe it's a man, because people believe it's a woman, who is called Asistente Social. And you can ask her to change your house from Barcelona or wherever you are, Valladolid or wherever, to here, and we can meet in the weekends, and I can be your father. I'm not rich anyway. Maybe I will be when I become a police officer, which I can anyway. Uh, and the truth is that I have worked as a police officer for plenty of time and not receive any money, which is not fair anyway, because I have discovered many things. Maybe I applied for being a police officer a long time ago and I was trained for it. Who knows? Um, I don't know. I think it's fair to say that I want to open something different from what I have applied for Policía Judicial. I haven't done anything about it, but I have passed an exam of justice once. And I consider that the Constitution is anti-constitutional because if you base on the main important articles who are, and same happens with the civil code, that people say is like that and it's used. It's not, it means it's used because everyone is equal in law. Why people have to turn in the crosses, has preference the one person to another? It doesn't make sense because both have who hit the one who was hitting or the one who was the hitter. And anyway, let's talk about I don't know. I think it's fair to say that you can move around a new house and start again, or maybe you live here in this wonderful house and you want to tell me that I should become a belly dancer, which is you told me before, or maybe you're making a video here. I don't know what's going on with you. Maybe you're the singer of McCartney. It seems like you are the piano concert guy, and Mr. McConaughey, I will call him for the cries of remembering, even though he was called Jorge. And he pronounced it like that because he was from Denmark, obviously. I don't know, you are pretty much from the Soviet Union, even though you don't want to be from the Soviet Union. Uh, I don't know if you talk Spanish in a very peculiar way like I do, because I was born in the States, I believe. And I don't want to travel to the States. I want whoever it is to move out of the country with weapons and start again. You have to simply buy a house and start again. You're divorcing for your husband or your wife or whatever it is. And she's manipulative, I would say. And you prove me with a picture and a sentence that you are not like your wife. And sometimes and life gives you the conclusion that it doesn't worth living it, and you will find someone. People say that, but I don't believe you will find someone who is decent unless I become over famous and my blog becomes the mantra of many people, and that will change the world. But anyway, that can't be possible, right? It's not possible. Who makes movies? This is a movie. This is in 24 photograms. And the reason is 24 photograms is because I sent a test message in Twitter asking for it. And things change. You simply have to, if you want, for example, something to change in your Mac, send a Twitter message and in actualization or whatever, it will change. For example, I want to have a menu up here that is like web page, or like a web page. The whole thing is a web page. So when I install the software here, I wouldn't have to figure out the connections, and the icons will be a connection like an image from a web page, and it will be a capture from everything. It won't be the archiver, and it will be sending like pretty much like the sending of data. It will be a number or whatever linked to the other thing, and without changing anything anyway. I have changed the map, and maybe I will have a work, and maybe I will have a kid. I do have 3 kids. I have a lady who is my kid. She says she's 25 or whatever she says, but she's not. And I don't like her but she's my son. And I asked to a woman once to have babies and to take care of them and to get paid. You live in my house, who is not very comfortable unless I get my own house, and I will take care of you. And I don't think you need to live in my house. I think you need to see me in weekends, and I can see plenty of people. We can watch a movie together, and the kid can change through time, or it can be the same. I don't know. I'm thinking about that, and have like a decent half time with being away from being in an institution that doesn't understand you. In France, people used to have a place to stay. I want to open something. It will be like a social place, and I don't want to be rich anyway, but I want to have a decent salary where I take care of teenagers on weekends or through the week, and they will come to my place and they will talk with me. I can open a church. People say me so, but I don't want to open a church. I want to open a conversation thing from philosophy. And I know you want this clock because it means that you're married to me, and I wear a ring for pretty much long time until it get frozen, and I keep it somewhere, and I wanted to put golden again, but it didn't work because the guy didn't want me to be focusing on my boyfriend, obviously, and the things were away, and I have here the ring, who is pretty much, I will say, the same ring, even though it won't fit me right. and I think it's yours anyway. By the way, I do this with the finger because I want to change the color of the screen. I don't know. I will say I will move this here, and you see I changed the way I look. If you put it in the center, you have a better look. If you put it in the side, you look like this. And if you put it here, you look like this. And you have to find a place to place the photo booth. And iMovie is different. Not many people has iMovie. You want to buy an iMac. I know you're drawing. And you're drawing, you say you're drawing with surprise, but it's not true. You're using whatever techniques you're using. And you pretty much need to get something cool, which is a relationship with me, which is you want, and you have the right to do it because you are not in jail, or maybe you are, I don't know. And yeah, I have to talk about other topic, which is prostitution. And I don't know, I meet several people, and basically they have to tell me this marvelous secret that they have been prostitutes where they were a kid. And what I have to say is that, I don't know, I mean, it's not a phase of your life. It's something you're forced to do, and sometimes you choose it yourself or someone choose it for you. And basically, you have the right to say no, and when you say no, things change in your life, or you consider yourself a new life. And I think people who have sex with people for money or without money, without forcing someone, is pretty much having a relationship that is not mature, is untalkative, because you never talk. And I had a relationship with a guy who was a prostitute, she says so. And he told me that they always come with this crazy history, always the same, telling, I don't know, like my mom does anyway. And I was with your father, who was pretty much long time ago, even though it was short. And we talk about plenty of things, and he told me that you have to sell your house and you have to move to Kansas and live with me, and you have to marry me. And he always told me that it was a woman instead of a boy. And he basically know he had cancer because he told me all the time that he had cancer. And I think he has cancer because he was electrocuted by his students. And I think that because I have seen a woman who is called Mar or Maria or whatever it's called. His real name is Eva Longoria, I think. And I don't know, she watched this because I told her, come on, hear me, I'm Cartipov and blah blah blah. And I don't know, I think you pretty much have to face that what's God for you, and for me, it's someone that lived a long time ago, that was a magician. He made tricks to prove he was God, and he wasn't. And Mao always do the same. There were like PTS on everything. There were people with superpowers, and basically they have a stone who was kicked with hammer, and they do the trick and blah blah blah, and they born on. I believe he survived to his death because he had a twin. Anyway, he's my cherry. Everything has explanation. I have to read the Bible because the Bible will give me the good explanation. And I don't know. I think I started reading the Bible once. I think it's verborrea and written by different people, and it's not the truth way of the God. And I want to create a religion which is based on Plato, not Aristotle, because Aristotle didn't say very important things. Plato said that he probably suffers schizophrenia, and the reason he suffered schizophrenia because he was with syphilis, I believe. And I don't know what I can tell you about Platon. Platon was the creator of modern religion. It was based God was placed on Platon, I don't know. There is Kant, and there is plenty of philosophers. I can read all. But basically, I believe that evolution of philosophy is the same way. If I read more articles about different philosophers, I will evolve in my religion. And I think Mr. Mer, who I don't believe is a woman or a man, I believe she's Mer, and not what she believes she is. And because you are Martha, not Maria or Julia, and then your sexual orientation is not important because you want to become that person. And myself, I am Pablo. I want to become PRs because I wanna have a sex operation, which is really complicated and has to do with having a pill that is called hemorrhoids. Pills who are really expensive, and I think they should be cheaper. And if I take the pills, I have less boobs, and they're really expensive, and I should have them from the Social Security anyway. And they're called Diosmina, and they're actually the pills I need. And I will get a sex change. And they're not for sexual, there are hormones, and they're for losing the boobs I have, because I have in my boobs I have something called piles. Yeah, you're right. No, it's actually not piles. It's actually there is something of blood, and you have like a thing here, and it gets bigger. I have it in my penis or my testicles or whatever around, and I have it on my boobs. And this is why I have boobs. I haven't taken any pills or anything. And in summer, I have more boobs, and I hate summer. I love winter because I don't have boobs, and I love alone, because when I travel to Switzerland or that country called Canada, I pretty much had an opportunity, and I don't know. I pretty much think that the root is I have to do something about it, and that something is really interesting, and that something is to create something cool, which is what I have to do, is to have a house, pretty much like people have to have house, and I will have a flat here, and in that flat I will have something amazing, which is John Lennon in my side, and I will have something pretty much more amazing, which is John McCartney, and I will have something really amazing. And the truth is that John Lennon died long time ago. He was a very smart guy and really interesting, and he was what I would say believer in human being, and not many people are believers in human beings. And I have plenty of songs of Beatles. In fact, I have all the discography of John Lennon. And the truth is that I pretty much think that everyone has the right to believe in God. Not everyone has. Everyone has the right to believe in something which is important and really smart and interesting. And this video is too long and people don't watch it and blah blah blah. And the truth is that I think, and I strongly think, that people should consider having a relationship pretty strong and pretty nuclear and pretty interesting with someone that is smart and interesting and pretty much interesting and pretty much I will consider that people should consider having someone interesting. No, I will consider. No. And then I will repeat over and over the same sentence, which is, I need drugs. Come on, you don't need drugs. You need to have a proper relationship with your family or proper relationship with your time. And I know people have drugs because their life is a shit. And the truth is that they will find something amazing which never comes and will never come, because the truth and the amazing truth is that life is pretty much interesting with yourself and pretty much interesting with you. And I think I'm sure that I will put here a microphone thing, because it's the greatest thing that I need for my life. And that thing is called Amelie, which I will watch Amelie again and over and blah 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 blah. And then I will watch another movie about what I will watch. I don't know. I think I should watch Amelie. Yeah. It's pretty much a phase of my life. How I am depressed and I watch Amelie, I become happy. Because I believe there is future in my life. And I don't know, maybe you watch this movie and you will find future in your life, because you find something amazing, which is love. And I have more views because I'm not depressed and I'm finding a way, and it's like evolution in your life. But the truth is that when I have the shop, which was a very big background, and I would say pretty much that peculiar background, I will have more views. And I think I'm gonna open a thing called, I will appear in some place, every place different. I will have a chroma, and I don't know how to do chroma. I need something, I need photo booth. I totally need photo booth. But I need something amazing, which is photo booth having the standard thing for having like 2x1. Yeah. Because it's cinematic and people want that. And this is the format of cinema and I want that. And I will stop here. I will post appel in the comments and people can change it, and that's the thing, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I don't know what you want to change your Mac or your Ubuntu, if you have Ubuntu, because people want to have Ubuntu, and the Ubuntu team is working on changing the background and blah blah blah. Ubuntu can be a possibility, but Kino have to change, and I strongly think that Kino can have a capture like this for having a video, and change the format and blah 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 and change it, and not creating Nova Kino or Nova Cat or whatever is that thing that will never become a thing, and was pretty much a creation that people want and studios want and blah blah blah, but they will never create it because they don't have crowdfunding or they won't have any money. They create something that was provisional, which it can be definitely unprovisional and can be definite for working, and then having beta versions. And I will post the link to the convection. I think it's NovaCut or something like that. So I will say goodbye. I will say that this movie is great, and you will watch me in 24 photograms, and I will say goodbye. Bye.